Hi guys, this video is to show you how to create the magic certificate that will get sent out automatically once your students submit their form in Google Forms. So we're going to use the Form Publisher add-on, and the very first step that you'll need to take is to create the template for the certificate. Now I usually do this in Google Slides, but you could use Google Docs as well. You have a little bit more control over formatting with text and pictures and things in Slides, so that's why I prefer to use that. So I've got my certificate set up, and I need to figure out what it is that what information I'm pulling out of the form to put into the template. And for me, I usually want the students' names and the timestamp. When did they finish it? So when I do that, I'm going to grab the exact question that I asked. Notice this was first name, and in my form it actually says first name. It's exactly that. Spelling, capitalization, spacing, everything has to be exactly the same. So I have first name and last name, and I put them inside these double carets on both sides. Okay, then I'm going to put the timestamp at the bottom, and this doesn't really tell you this anywhere, but you're going to have to use a capital T for timestamp with the carets on both sides. And then when this is completely finished and you're all ready, then we can move on to the next step. So the second thing you need to do is create a place for the certificates to land if you're going to keep a copy of them. So I like to keep a copy of them, so I made inside my folder for this breakout, I made a separate folder just to hold the certificates. And it will create one for you if you don't have it already, but I'm always kind of skeptical about where it lands, and I have everything really organized, so I don't like it to do that. So once I have that all ready, then I'm going to go back to my form and I'm going to run the add-on. Now if you don't have this add-on yet, the way that you get it is you go up to these three dots, the little snowman, and you go to add-ons and you search for Form Publisher, and you'll see mine says manage because I already have it, but yours will say free. It is free, it's blue. You'll click that button to install it, and that will automatically add it to your add-ons for forms. Now the way that you access your current add-ons that you already have is you click on this puzzle piece guy right here. So I'm going to click on that. You can see all my add-ons. Here's Form Publisher, so I'm going to run that. And when you begin, you're going to say Get Started. It'll pop up down here, and it's going to ask you whether you want to turn this into a doc, a sheet, or a slides. And you already have your own template, so we're going to pick that one. I already have my own template. And then you're going to go find your template that you made and select it. And, oh, I picked the wrong thing. That was actually a certificate that already existed. We want this one. There we go. And it should say that all your markers match. Okay, so I have 3 markers. They were first name, last name, timestamp, and they all match. It will tell you if you have questions that weren't in the template. It'll tell you if you have markers that don't match, and it will tell you what they are. So if you need any assistance with that. And then this is cut off at the bottom, but there's a little next button. So I'm going to click next. And now it's going to ask you what folder you want to put it in. So this is the automatic folder that it puts it in. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to tell it to put it in my specific folder that I created. And it will automatically know what's folders in your Google Drive, and it'll pull that up. And then here's where you get to name it. Now again, these things that are in the carets are taken directly from your form. So template title, it does that by itself, but increment means that it's just going to start numbering them, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now this is my template is titled DDL Certificate, so it would say DDL Certificate 1, DDL Certificate 2, DDL Certificate 3. I don't want it to do that, So I'm actually going to change this and put the last name. Okay, and then like I said, I like to save these. So I'm going to actually save in the spreadsheet the URL to the file so I can access that quickly if I need to from the spreadsheet view of responses. Now I'm going to click Next again at the bottom. And here's who it's going to notify. Right now it's going to notify the form respondent, and it's going to give them an editable version, and it's going to notify me, and it's going to give me a PDF. I am going to choose to change this so that my participants get a PDF instead, or I can remove them altogether and not let them get a copy, or I can make them just view it and leave it as a Google Doc. I'm going to change it to PDF. If you want, you can take yourself off of this so that you don't get a notification every time. And you can add somebody too. So I'm going to add Allboardfrau because she has a vested interest in this. And I'm going to tell it to notify the form respondent when it's done. Now, right now she has editing access, so let's give her a PDF too. And then I want to keep a copy of the PDF in the drive. I could put a workflow in. That's kind of a whole nother thing, but I'm not going to. And so now underneath right here where you can't see, it says Done. I'm going to click Done. And now it's going to let you try it. So if you click the button, you can fill out the form and see what happens. And I will show you what happened because I actually have one of these that my daughter did, and it made this. Here's what her certificate looks like. That she was emailed, and it kept a copy in my drive in this folder. So that's all there is to it.